These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mountain Goat. 2023 was an outstanding year for progress and currency monetary reforms in Iraq. I could hardly believe that so much was done in such a short period of time if you compare the other 20 years since the 2003 invasion. In today's news, we read multiple articles talking about all the progress and how they have so far managed to get the parallel rate from 160,000 to 145,000. This is very close to the official CBI rate of 132,000, but not yet there as they expected. My CBI contact is telling me they still want to bring it closer and more stable. It's all very good signs, but not there yet. Mountain Goat goes on to say, my CBI contact tells me they do need it closer and stable when it does. They will trigger another CBI official rate revaluation, but this will still be the program rate, not what we want. We need to keep our eyes on the CBI official rate, and when this rate drops again, I was told they will move ahead on the project to delete the zeros. They want to accomplish this in the month of January and are optimistic they can. So this is very good news to kick off the new year. Walking Stick says the evidence for the monetary reform was perfectly set up for the start of 2024. If that's the case, what happened? Things happen. It is what it is. I'm very excited about. It's not about rumors. Iran stealing lies our government here in the United States of America. Right now, what it is they are announcing the monetary reform to the Iraqi citizens. They're talking about the float, and the reason why they're talking about the float, in my opinion, is because that's the next phase. Pimpy question, when you say manage float, if it hits the Forex tonight and comes out, let's call it 22 cents, is if that thing shot up to $1 in 24 hours, are they going to try to restrict it? There has to be more growth. You would destabilize the economy. They're just now getting on their feet, so the last thing they want to do is drop some huge exchange rate in their laps because it affects all businesses. There's a lot more involved. I'm not saying it's not going to go up in value. Obviously, I believe that it's going to go up in value, but I'm not a person that supports that we're going to get a $3.22 rate. Mark Z via PDK says, with the government forcing use of dinar only from now on, they may need to have a higher value, or these people who have the green light to come in and start building are not coming. I'm being told from my folks on the street over there to watch in the coming days or weeks for the rate of the dinar on the price of goods to change. Sorry, I had to mute it there for a second because my dog was barking. Mark Z was saying the prices of goods to change. Mark Z goes on to say, to me, this signals there is going to be a substantial change, and they told us they're going to implement their economic reforms in the month of January, and the exchange rate is a key issue in those. Frank 26, 2023 was the year of preparation for the monetary reform to be revealed. We are now in that position. We are now in the position that the monetary reform is being revealed to the citizens of Iraq. One of the things that's happening, and I pray that it's happening faster, is the value of the Iraqi dinar is going up every day, causing the dollar to go down, down, down. So once they reach a certain plateau they're going to float the currency. And that's why they've educated the citizens of Iraq about the float. Hennig says the situation with the Iraqi dinar is no longer limited to a few observers. It's getting worldwide attention. Claire has an article, quote, selling an Iraqi currency dating back to the era of King Ghazi for 100,000 pounds sterling, quote, a very rare Iraqi currency dating back to the royal era was sold in country on Monday at a fantastic price of 100,000 pounds sterling, approximately 187 million Iraqi dinars. Militiaman says, I highly recommend people pay attention to what we're talking about because this is not something to take lightly. If you're still on the fence, I really think you should start doing some research. I hate to see anyone miss out on the opportunity. Breitling question, why do the Iraqi citizens want to keep using the dinar when the value is so low? Breitling says not everybody has access to the US dollar for one thing. Number two, it's artificially low. A lot of Iraqis know this. They know what's going on. There's nothing they can do about it. That's one of the things. If you watch parliamentary elections of Iraq, one of the number one campaign promises all these guys make is we're going to add value to the dinar. They know it's artificially low. They look around and think we're selling more energy. The price per barrel is more. We have more customers, and yet the dinar is worthless. We're all running around in poverty. Walking sticks, Iraqi banks are having stampede of people going in because of the understanding of the monetary reform education. Direct deposit accounts were open for the citizens that didn't have any accounts. They opened up about 1 million, and they're not done yet. These bank accounts are extremely important for the monetary reform. These accounts are for payments that will be made to citizens, salaries given to the citizens, for any retirement salaries given, for HCL payments. What they're doing is extremely important for the monetary reform process. Pimpy says, I think you're going to start seeing the dinar going up in increments. That's just my opinion and feelings as they continue to get their ducks in a row, and let's hope this happens. Bruce via Wiser Now says, I got a call that said U.S. Treasury was going to send out an email to all banks and redemption centers. When we talk to people like the Southeastern Regional Manager of Wells Fargo and certain other people, they say everything is done. We don't know why it hasn't happened yet. When you get that from your top banking sources that you really haven't heard what that email was, it tends to make us to believe that we are super close. We still don't know exactly when it's going to go. And lastly, Mark Z and Militiaman question, what happens if they just print new notes and the dinar we hold are not good anymore? Mark Z says that will never be accepted in the international world. You would have to have a closed economy to do that, like North Korea. You cannot do that to the international world, though. Militiaman says, we can clearly see the people behind this, the WTO, IMF, World Bank, the BIS, Federal Reserve Bank, the US, Canada, UK. All kinds of countries hold dinar in their foreign reserves. Iraq cannot just say, sorry guys, we aren't paying you. That's not going to happen. We are talking trillions. Look at the U.S. The U.S. Embassy in Iraq is one of the biggest in the world. One of our presidents said we're going to get paid back for this. They are planning big things over the next few months and need an exchange rate to match. Sudani has been moving on steroids to get this done.